Good morning. It's time to get in touch. InTouch is a public affairs show dedicated to improving the lives of Susquehanna Valley residents. I'm Freddi Hammer, news director at Backyard Broadcasting. Elysian Fields Equestrian Center is a horse farm in Montoursville, but I learned this week that it's a special place, a horse farm that puts rescued horses humanely back to work, helping veterans, first responders, and law enforcement find peace with a past that seems difficult to face, and teaching equestrian skills to students and anyone else interested in riding or volunteering and working with a barn full of gentle, empathetic horses who tend to bond with humans. On the 22nd of each month, not a date chosen randomly, mind you, the Heroes Helping Horses, Horses Helping Heroes, or 6-H program takes place at Elysian Fields. And today, Rob Schnars, owner of the farm, is with us today to talk about the important work going on there. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Freddi. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How long have you and your partner, Leanne, owned the property out there in Montoursville?
We purchased the property 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years in October.
Well, I looked up the word Elysian Fields, and it's a reference to Greek mythology, and it's the paradise where honored heroes were sent after they'd been given immortality by the gods.
That is correct.
Which is lovely and appropriate. Did you have a lot of horse experience when you bought the farm?
My background personally is, until I met my partner, Leanne, I had been on a couple trail rides.
Okay.
But not a whole lot of experience with horses.
Well, so did you feel overwhelmed at first, or was it something that really set well with you?
I immediately connected.
That's pretty neat.
But I am a veteran. I'm retired after 23 years. I was in the United States Marine Corps for 6 years. And my unit was shut down in 2000 during the cutbacks during the Clinton administration. Mm-hmm. And I transitioned into the Pennsylvania Army National Guard, served another 16 years, and I retired from there.
Well, thank you for your service, Rob, for sure. And does the horse therapy, when it happens around you, do you feel benefited personally from that? Or can you see others benefiting personally when you talk about your veteran program there with the Heroes Helping Horses, Horses Helping Heroes?
It's been rewarding for myself and how it's improved my mentality. And it doesn't matter what kind of day it's been, what kind of mood I'm in. As soon as I walk in that barn and I hear a horse whinny for me and I smell the smells, everything else goes away. Nothing else matters. To watch veterans develop and other people go through that same experience, that's rewarding for me because I was able to show that to them.
Did you decide on the Elysian Fields Equestrian Center 22nd of each month recently, or has that been going on for a long time? People able to visit once a month for free, veterans, first responders, people who probably need the therapy very much.
Well, soon after we purchased the property in 2017, I started toying with the idea, thinking, this would be a really great program for veterans. And it took until fall of 2019. It was around November when I finally actually decided, we need to do this, and filed for the 501(c), and we held our first meeting in January. And it's 15 degrees out, and we still had a really decent turnout. A little over a dozen individuals showed up and brought their families and their children, which we encourage because that is your support system is your family.
Right.
You come out, you see the horses, you interact with them, let your family interact with them, and have that support.
I think it's wonderful for programs like this to really help veterans know that we're there for them. There's reasons to go on. There's reasons to keep living. And if horses are the first thing that they can feel that that's the most important thing, then please, let's have more of these opportunities for vets.
Definitely. The date, the 22nd, that was not chosen by mistake. The 22nd was chosen to commemorate the 22 a day that we lose on average. That's the stigma of mostly veterans that choose that maybe those around them are better off without them, and they don't want to stick around.
Yeah, that is absolutely not the truth, and we want to make sure that we have our heroes here for a long, long time. What a wonderful weekend to really think about that and remember those that we've lost.
It's true. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. May is also Military Appreciation Month, and now we're coming into a Memorial Day weekend, which is not a celebration so much that it gets turned into, it's great, the fun cookouts and things like that, but we also need to keep in the back of our minds what Monday is for and that holiday is for, remembering those that we have lost so we can have the freedoms that we have today.
Tell me a little bit about what a person might expect. You have people that are allowed to come in for free to work with the horses, veterans, first responders, law enforcement. Tell me a bit about what they might expect their first visit to Elysian Fields.
Well, definitely a meet and greet, a tour. You will meet myself and Leanne. We'll take you around. We'll introduce you to the horses and kind of we'll get a feel for you and what your background and personal feeling is on horses. We've had others come up that had zero experience. I had a gentleman come up that did not even want to get out of the car. He's like, there's no way you're getting me around a horse. was actually scared. His significant other had thought the program would be good for him, and he was the type of veteran that traditionally they shelter themselves.
Okay.
Doesn't want to go out of the house, doesn't want to be in public. This whole social distancing thing, he's been preparing for this for years. It didn't notice a change.
Wow.
We got him up here back in February and took him for a tour, got him through the property once we finally got him out of the car. And he was scared to death of the horses. He was like, I'm not getting near this animal. It's big.
They are big.
And by the time he left, he was hugging, petting, cuddling the horse, feeding carrots, feeding apples, and just absolutely having the time of his life. He didn't want to go.
Didn't expect how wonderful those horses are going to be to him.
No, not at all. I mean, our horses are very gentle. The level of empathy of a horse, you have to understand that they feel for humans. They have a very strong connection with humans. They know what you're feeling. When it comes to the psychological part of it, psychology, equine-aided psychotherapy, or any kind of therapy, go to your therapist, and you can put on a front, you can put on an act, you can lie to your therapist. You're not going to BS a horse. They already know. They know what you're feeling as soon as you walk up to them.
That's absolutely fascinating. How do they do that? Is it just our history with horses from biblical times? I mean, what?
Well, with horses, it's a lot how they communicate with themselves and with each other.
Okay.
They are prey animals. We forget that because they are so big. They eat grass. Horses wake up with three things on their mind, basically. One is something going to try to kill me? Two, what am I going to eat? Three, what am I going to drink?
Isn't that survival almost in a way very parallel to what a veteran might face while they're in combat or while they're on a tour of duty?
Freddi, you absolutely nailed that. That is very correct. For a lot of us, when we do go over, we get thrown into a situation and basically ends up, hey, guys, you're stuck here for 12 months. Mm-hmm. You've got each other's backs. We will provide all the food and ammo you need, and we'll pick you up in 12 months. Good luck.
What an amazing way to survive.
Ultimately, that's plain and simple. We're left to fight for one another's survival and bring each other home.
Mm-hmm. You have a quote on your website that you send out with your emails. Veterans who come home and go through those things need to know that there's a road back, and you provide a way for them to get to know that road at Elysian Fields Equestrian Center.
We do, Freddi. It's an alternative form of treatment. Equine therapy is a replacement for, well, sometimes I guess what we see through the VA a lot is they just want to throw drugs at the soldiers.
Sure.
Handfuls of drugs and say, hey, just take these pills, you'll be fine on your way. And this is an alternative maybe to that. It's hopefully the VA will recognize, and it's becoming more popular. Equine therapy is becoming more popular. New Jersey's doing good things for equine therapy. They actually have started releasing the commemorative license plates, like you see around Pennsylvania with the trains on them, and raising recognition and support and raising funds for certain programs. It would be great to see in Pennsylvania some EAP plates driving around like we're starting to see in New Jersey.
Tell me a little bit, Rob, about the spring day camp that's coming up. Who is eligible to come to the spring day camp here at Elysian Fields Equestrian Center? Oh,
yes. The spring day camp is going to be a really great time. It's geared towards all school-age children, and experience level can vary. It can be somebody, a 5-6 year old that's never been on a horse in their life, never been near a horse in their life. They're more than welcome to come up. They're going to have a good time. They're going to learn a lot. They're going to learn a lot about safety, being around a horse, right up to your riders that do have some experience. We have riders enrolled that have done 3 or 4 summer camps. So that'll be good for them. They'll start off a little bit slow with the kids, and maybe they'll learn something new. They might pick up 1 or 2 new things that we teach that somebody else does not. Then they can also get put into sort of a team role, and we can use them to assist and help the younger kids and teach them, because the best way to learn actually is to teach. And that'll help them build some confidence that, hey, I really know what I'm talking about. This is fun. I'm having fun teaching this kid.
That's
and
neat.
Then they can grow and gain their experience.
Does your partner Leanne get involved with that side of it as well?
Absolutely. It's both of us. I couldn't do it without her.
Neat. Tell me her background with the horses. And does she have a horse background or education background? How does that work as far as your partnership? What are the duties you two split up?
Oh, Leanne is the horse expert.
Okay.
She has been around horses since she was old enough to sit up. Her father had her on horses when she was 2 months old on his old Mustang. And she has done and competed in more events, gymkhanas, barrel racing, a horseback archery. I can go on and on. She can go on and on. She's got over 30 years of experience.
That's really neat. Horseback archery. It's amazing. Like an Olympic event almost, it sounds like.
It is.
That's cool. So the kids may be inspired by some of your experiences as well. So that could move on to a lot of fun growth and learning for their lives for the spring day camps.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to a great summer, hopefully getting a lot of fresh air, a lot of people getting to know the equestrian life, I suppose. But of course, we certainly want to focus on veterans this weekend, this Memorial Day. We want to make sure all veterans are aware that we are thinking of them and are also keeping our hearts and our prayers those that we've lost for sure. Now, this is called 6H, Heroes Helping Horses, Horses Helping Heroes, and I love it. So if people come on in, it's a free event as far as for law enforcement, first responders, veterans. Tell us a little bit how they should prepare themselves to come to the Equestrian Center.
Well, if you're coming for the 6H program, you would want to dress mostly to the temperature. We can be indoors. We have a large 16,000 square foot indoor arena, or the outdoor arena is 20,000 square feet.
Okay. And as far as getting ready for the spring day camps, will that all be prepared for families? If they sign up for the spring day camps, then in the summer events, then you'll let them know exactly what they need to expect? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fairly simple. We provide everything. We do have helmets that we can provide. We encourage parents to have their children bring their bicycle helmets if they have one that fits well. They're used to it. It's already adjusted to them. That works out great. As far as foot gear goes, boots are recommended.
With heels?
Nothing less than sneakers. Yep, heeled boots if you have them.
Okay.
They're great for riding if you're riding it with the stirrups on the saddle. The biggest thing is no open toes, no Crocs. You got a 1,000-pound animal steps on your foot and you're wearing Crocs, you're going to have a bad day.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. How many horses are at the facility?
Right now we have 14 horses on the property.
It's pretty neat how you say horses are like potato chips. You can't have just one.
True.
Who is your favorite of horse?
I can't pick a favorite.
I didn't know if one was extra special, if you had one for sure that you've had the whole time or that you love so much.
No, they're like children, and they are absolutely every single one of them is an individual. They all have their own personalities. They all have their own personal backgrounds and histories. All of our horses that we own are rescue horses, so they have a different type of background that they've come from. Many of them were abused in some way or another. They have medical histories that some of them aren't rideable, but they're great for groundwork. They're wonderful with children. They love children, so they do serve a purpose. They still do work. They just can't be ridden.
Are there volunteer opportunities at Elysian Farms?
Absolutely. There's always work to be done. And if you want to get some fresh air, hey, it's even therapeutic. Just even mucking out the stalls, any horse person will tell you that's your time away. That's your therapy.
Now, where is Elysian Fields Equestrian Center? How can we get to see you?
We are located north on Route 87, about 4 miles from Walmart, up Tallman Hollow Road.
Okay.
I always tell people when they're coming out this way, it's pretty easy to find. You'll go about 3 miles, and then on the left you'll see a train and a plane. And a little bit further on the right, you'll see, at this time of year, a couple of boats. Take a right at the boats. That's Tallman Hollow Road. Anybody who's been out this way knows this joke.
We'll come looking for you for sure for the next event, the 22nd of each month, 6 p.m. until people are done, I guess, for your veterans event that's free for veterans, law enforcement, first responders.
That's correct. We'll hang out as long as you want to hang out. And it's a great get-together for like-minded individuals. We've all been through a lot of the same things. I was just speaking to a spouse yesterday who is enrolling her child in the spring day camp. Mm-hmm. And her husband right now, he's a former Marine. He's overseas right now, and he's stuck over there with the pandemic with the no travel order.
Oh, sure.
Waiting for him to come home. But she understood totally that, spouses will listen, but they haven't been there. Don't understand. They don't get it. Not totally.
There's no way.
Together, and we don't even have to say anything to each other. We just look at each other right now.
Yeah. Well, we certainly are grateful for your service and, of course, with the men and women that you served with. And we're so grateful for you and Leanne to be able to do Elysian Fields Equestrian Center and help the veterans move forward and grow and try to put those things that may not be pleasant behind them, especially on this Memorial Day weekend. Rob Schnars, you are the owner of Elysian Fields Equestrian Center. Thank you so much for all the hard work you do, and I look forward to getting out there and maybe getting a chance to see the facility.
That would be great. That'd be wonderful. We'll get you up on a horse.
Oh, geez. Okay, that might be a task, but I believe that you can probably do that with your experience.
We don't push anybody to do anything they don't want to do, Freddi. We do right from the lowest age on up. what they're comfortable with. Because if you're not comfortable, that horse is going to pick up on that, and that horse is going to not be comfortable.
Well, I want to have a little more time with them. I think that would be wonderful. Of course, we're going to encourage people to join up with the spring and summer camps that are happening there at Elysian Fields Equestrian Center. And there's a Facebook page you can check out.
The Facebook page is facebook.com/6h.efec.
Okay. Elysian Fields Equestrian Center.
Yep. Probably the easiest way to find anything is just Google horse boarding Montoursville. Our website will come up. The Facebook page will come up. We're on Instagram as well. And then from our Facebook page, you'll be able to find the 6H page pretty easily.
Continuing on through the summer, can't wait to keep hearing about good things coming from Elysian Fields Equestrian Center. Rob Schnars, thank you and Leanne so much for helping us get the word out on InTouch today.
Thank you very much for your time, Freddi. We appreciate it.
InTouch is locally produced in our studios at 1685 4 Mile Drive in Williamsport. To get in touch with us regarding questions, comments, or topic ideas, call weekdays between 8 and 5, 570-323-8200. You can also write to us at 1685 4 Mile Drive, Williamsport, PA 17701. Attention Freddi Hammer. Or email me at fhammer@backyardbroadcasting.com. For archived programs of our InTouch series, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Backyard Broadcasting. Each current weekly program is featured on the Backyard Broadcasting websites. Thanks for listening to InTouch, a production of Backyard Broadcasting.